I believe I said this once, but I'm going to say it again just in case. When it comes to shonen or seinen, there's usually two kinds of main male characters. There's one we are used to, the dumb, idiotic character, where he has a dream, a goal, and he sees himself going through life wanting to become number one, the greatest of all time. But he's at step one. But as time goes on, you see him gradually become stronger. He gains friends. He believes in the power of friendship and talking. And despite how strong he is, he never really wants to kill. And of course, he also even allows other people to help him in battle if it has to come to that. Then there's a secondary one, the one who's very smart, cautious, they're very doubtful, um, they're very considerate, and plus they value their friends too, but they would rather do things on their own because they know the fear of having someone they love being taken away from them. So they do all they can to become so strong that they can do everything themselves, but realizing they will only come and fall short. Not realizing that you need your friends in the end for how strong you are. Senya is definitely the second category in this, as Tim and Nu were planning to leave without telling no one, because that's just how they are. They're just those kind of people. And you can't do nothing about those kind of people, but catch them every time they try to run. That's all you can do with them. And that's exactly what they did. After the battle with Bonsho and everything, and Void People, you thought Senya would be more considerate of being around his friends, but his consciousness and guilt runs very deep after watching this episode. They're having their family meeting, and Senya is always trying to avoid the confrontation when it comes to, hey, why'd you run away? What is the point of this? And he's doing anything he can to get out of it. And he himself probably doesn't even know why he does it. But it stems all the way back from the beginning of this season, as you can clearly see, when they're inside the mindscape. And he sees that area where Shinsuke did a very, very smart move, and how he trapped Senya in doing it, first of all. He was like, hey man, we're gonna go to the mindscape so we can talk to Jinka's brother, see how he's doing. Because they forget that Jinka's brother is on that island. He's been there for a good while. He's probably starving. But it's thanks to Jinka giving away his spiritual energy that he's able to stay alive. But the dude really needs a bath and some food for his body because his dude's withering away. This is the point where you see him calm the entire time throughout the show if you have seen him. And to the very last moment, he's like, please hurry, man. Anything, man. I don't think I can last much longer. He's freaking out. When a guy is starving, he'll do whatever he can to survive. And that's just it. But anyways, let's go back with that. After that talk, Shinsuke did a very smart move where he said, okay, now we're done with this. Now let's quickly go into this. And he finally attacks Senya's trauma. And Senya's trauma goes back from the beginning of the series. Well, the season anyways. And that is with what happened that day in the village. Where he first woke up, he had no memories. He started to make friends and stuff, play around until a mad spirit came and started attacking the village. In a way of trying to help him out, Tsukiko's father dies, and she becomes upset about it. She never blames Senya for it, but Senya blames himself. The burdens of being a good person is that you put too much onto yourself. You are a very guilty kind of person. Even if something that isn't your fault, if you feel like you're directly involved or even indirectly involved, you feel that bearing on your soul heavenly a lot. Because it's like, yeah, but if I was stronger, if I wasn't in the way, maybe her father would still be alive and stuff. And how would things been like if that creature did not attack the village? Senyo probably would have been in the village, gradually would find out who he is, but things would have been better. He would have been more, I guess, accepting of himself, not fearing who he is or what he's capable of. So because of that, he could have been a happy life, and who knows, probably as time goes on, he probably would have married Suiko in that route, a peaceful, mundane life in that village. Probably. But this is not problems. We're here in the time and now of the truth. Suiko's father dies, and Senya gathered that around him. Even other people that died in the series, he blames himself for it, even though it is nowhere his fault. That's just the kind of person he is. I see all kinds of anime characters like this, and it's ridiculous in my opinion, but their hearts are too big and also soft in order to conceive that kind of perception about people. It's very weird how they see that, but some people can be like that, I guess. So this is where Tsukiko shows up and just tackles him and says, "You know what? Fine. If you think it's your fault, then the best thing you can do is take responsibility. That's the best thing you can do is take responsibility. Why? Because since you feel guilty about it, what does a person do when they feel guilty about something? They did something wrong. Well, you take responsibility, accountability as well. You make up for it. How do you make up for it? Well, she just pretty much did her confession about this thing. And we all knew that Senya actually was in love with Tsukiko, but he kept distancing himself not into that area because he was afraid. He was feeling guilty about what happened all those years ago, even if he himself didn't know it. Sometimes we ourselves would do something and we don't know why we feel guilty or angry about something because it happened so long ago. So we have this sort of traumatic kill switch in the back of our minds that flips on when something happens, that keeps us to automatically do something, like a force of PTSD that we don't know that's happening within our minds. It's a very fascinating subject that I looked upon, where sometimes you, like, if you're heavily abused and stuff, and someone can come and just want to pat you on the shoulder or the head, like, good job or something, and you immediately flinch. And you know why. Like, you be with someone you completely trust, someone you look up to, someone you love, and the person can lift their hand near you, and like, just twitch a little. You don't know why. It's an automatic reflex. It's something that you were so used to in the past. Senya is his guilt of people dying around him. So therefore, he always distances himself from the people he loves because he was afraid of what they would happen to them. But Tsukiko shows up and, no, I ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. We love each other. And that's all that's going to happen. And plus, you can't help stop Jinka unless you have my gourd. So yeah, she kind of did a little blackmailing back there. Way to go, girl. So now the gang's all here, ready to face Jinka, ready to free this dude from Wisen's BS. As speaking of Wisen, where is that sly devil cat anyways? Because he's the one that caused all this crap in the first place. Him and his experiments. It's ridiculous. This guy is going to get away with it. Like, he's going to pull a freaking Orochimaru and stuff. Just, like, I would cause all this pain and torment. But because the main character is such a nice guy, I'm going to get away with all my crimes. I swear, man, I love Naruto, but sometimes it's like, y'all, man, y'all let go of some fucking terrorists, man. Some people who literally, in a way, killed y'all president. But that's just me. But anyways, that's all I got for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.